pay money for someone to voice a game for you, and you don't let people hear it. You know, it's really weird. Okay. So there are no options. As a reminder, there's no options in the game. We can't tweak the voice settings or anything. Music is really loud. Everything else is probably going to be quiet. Let's go.
The 5th of September, 2008. I've been doing my best to keep the grounds clean. A source of happiness, likened to keeping my sock drawer organized when the rest of the room is a catastrophe. Nice to have a small corner of cleanliness and order in the world. What? Haven't yet found the words to describe what's happening. Descriptor aside, my memory of the land beyond the water might be out of date. Supply boat is 2 days late. A telltale sign that things have only gotten worse. Kara haunts me in a kind way.
What is that?
That was her way. Only fair her memory does the same. We'll have to write more about her. Make this her extended epitaph. Note, cloudy today, cloudy forever.
Weird that is. What the hell is this, right? I thought at first it may be like a defensive position, you know, with a gun or something, but it's definitely not that. Oh, we can't walk underneath it. It's like an invisible wall directly in front of me, so you can't walk close to it. Right. A walking simulator without a run button as well, so they really do want you to walk. Hang on, does this seem a bit weird? I mean, we've got this rain effect on the screen, but it doesn't seem to be raining. It's only raining on my screen, on like your face. There's no clouds in the sky. Where's the rain coming from? Am I being overly picky? I mean, I'm not seeing things right. There is no rain, right? There's no clouds.
The 6th of September, 2008. Still nothing. I've taken to shooting up flares whenever I see light on the horizon. It's never close enough to see its source, only a soft, distant glow. The flares are a gamble. Whether or not I want the light's attention is unknown. Cutting back on food consumption. Certainly, many elsewhere are doing the same. Power issues on the island, nagging past, but a welcome distraction. Something to get me outside. Taken up sketching to further my distraction. Was never very good at it, but thrown everything away after completion. Who am I afraid might see them?
I guess we're slowly trying to get to the lighthouse at the time. I mean, the water effect is alright. I mean, if it was raining, I mean, maybe when you start the game out, right? You were standing on this like jetty. You just got off a boat, just got to the island.
The 7th of September,
and it
2000.
was cloudy.
Wondering if
that was probably the rain.
Get a day that Kara's face doesn't cross my mind. Not a memory or a moment, just her face. I spent a lot of time wishing she would leave me in peace for a while. But in writing this, I realized that I hope she never does. Birds have been making for okay company. Beggars can't be choosers. Reminder, look into generator issue. Give it a good kick, if nothing else. There's a new glow on the horizon. It's been there for hours. Something about the way it lingers compels me to let the flare gun rest. Nothing overtly troublesome about the glow, but it still feels better to let it stay there than be here. Found extra food stores. Treated myself to a feast, albeit a guilty one. Pretended was in the company of Jan. lovable oaf, telling his stories of exploits from his not-so-glamorous days, working in show business. Wonder if any of them were true. Wonder if he made it to safety.
Hello, Private Griff. Yeah, it looks like we're just. I mean, this is like a. It seems like this is a walking simulator in all senses of the word. All that we're doing is walking, and as you get to certain points, you're triggering a voiceover, which you can barely hear because of the normalization levels are so low. I don't know if we're gonna. I'm not sure if we're gonna do. I'm not sure we're gonna do anything else, or we're just gonna just walk until we get to. I don't know. I mean, I really wish I could tweak the sound levels though. It's hard to listen to hear the dude. The water effects do look neat though.
2008. Bird songs annoyed me today. Must mean I'm getting grumpy. Will motivate self to go for a run tomorrow. Exercise some inner demons. Extra food consumption will be well worth improved mood. What else is there to strive for?
I mean, I do like the water effect. Look, you know, you got the drips running down the screen. You got it's like the background is like flickering and wavy as the water ripples down, but there's no rain. I mean, it's not raining. I mean, it's not raining, so why is there water? I reckon there's a little dude sitting on our head with a bucket, and we just can't see him because we can't. Every time you look up, he's obviously stuck to your head, and when you tip your head back to look up, he goes back as well, or something. If you know what I mean. How are you doing,
9th of September, 2008. Started digging a hole today. Knee was acting up, so run was cut short. Not sure of hole's purpose yet, other than exercise and sense of accomplishment. Takes me back to boyhood. Parents tried to convince me that the world was too big to dig through the other side. I wouldn't listen. Surely I could at least hit magma. Scoop some with a pail and make it into a lamp. Funny, those aspirations. Island's power issue has turned from nuisance to mystery. Equipment is fine, but found evidence of something tampering with the generator. Box of bolts was not good. Must be a surviving critter. Should say, hopefully, a surviving critter. I've taken to eating meals outside, a different location each day. The ritual keeps me out in the fresh air. Bats boarding quite effectively. Hole is coming along great. No sign of magma yet.
So basically, he's digging a hole. He's talking about magma, so I'm guessing he's digging a hole very deep. And he eats outside every day, so he's obviously eating in the rain. Let's hear you're good. I'm doing alright. Weekend's almost here. So, you know, that's good, right? Although my weekend is the same as any other day, but most normal people, weekends are good, right? It's just. I mean, the story this guy's talking about seems curious. I just wish I could hear it. There might be something you could tweak in the config files. Like this is Unreal Engine. You might be able to tweak the settings to set the levels.
Need to be writing more about Kara. Each time I put pen and paper before her, I default to something easier. Strange how it's so easy to write about a thing as big as an island, but difficult to define a person. That's it. A definition. Great place to start. Kara. Verb. Always in present tense. To illuminate people from within. To endear without effort.
You're not watching the footage, aren't you? It's Sunday. I thought it's tomorrow. You mean tomorrow, right? I mean, I'm guessing you mean England, Panama, which I believe is tomorrow. I think kickoff is like 7 in the evening, which is when I normally start. But I'm sure it was tomorrow, right? I'm not sure yet. I might. You know what? I might actually just have the TV on next to me with the sound really low, so I'll keep an eye on it. If you know what I mean. Oh, the rain stopped.
The 11th of September, 2008. Took soil from hole and left it on the floor surrounding generator, hoping to catch animal tracks, nothing more. Go down and check immediately after next power loss. Kara, adjective. Kind to a fault. Lazy in the mornings. Beauty beyond the stars.
Well, 1 p.m. I thought. What is? I gotta check who's playing tomorrow then at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, because there was someone that was playing. If someone was playing tomorrow, Saturday at 7. I was kind of made a note of. But yeah, I mean, if it's that time on a Sunday, I probably will. Yes. I did watch the first game. I mean, the second game should be okay, right? I mean, it's Panama, right?
No loss of power in 3 days since I laid out the soil. Conscious reaction to my little trap. Been working through my thoughts surrounding the day it hit. Tough work to do without the benefit of a therapist. Defining the pain should come first, I suppose. Was a pain like realizing a theory to be truth? Truth being, man is only a blink on the face of eternity. Kara, noun. An only child. Born to parents that had fallen into, through, and out of love.
Sweden, Germany, okay. Maybe that's why. That would make sense, because I mean, Germany kind of, let's just say they dropped the ball a bit on their first game, and being like the defending champs, you wouldn't really expect. I would say, no, I mean, Mexico are a good team, so, but Germany didn't play very well. Not that I'm a huge soccer fan. I don't really watch the international matches, but I don't really watch any like league sort of footy.
The 13th of September, 2008. Finally, another power flicker. Strange how I was almost looking forward to it. Seemed to pulse in Morse code. That was just wishful thinking of a lonely man. Letters were nonsense. Most frustrating of all, no prints in the soil. Maybe saw a single scrape on periphery, but that could have been from my own boot. We'll have to pay closer attention to the state of soil this time. Didn't like yesterday's definition. It was a bad day, I guess. Trying again. Kara, now. The girl, forever 8 years of age in her father's eyes. Forever learning knock-knock jokes.
Mushrooms! I mean, Unreal Engine itself, I mean, it's pretty basic sort of assets, but the lighting you can get on, effects you can get on it, really look neat. It is very pretty. I mean, this is the sort of game. It's made by it's a small dev. It's a cheap indie title, a cheap short indie title, but you can kind of get an idea of what sort of, even like like inexperienced devs, the devs that don't have like huge games beneath their belt. You can make stuff look good with this engine. Especially the lighting. It's really neat. Glowy mushrooms. Glowy mushrooms!
14th of September, 2008. Giving up on the hole was a good distraction while it lasted. Thinking of putting something special at the bottom, filling it in. Buried treasure that maybe only I will ever know of. Enjoyed a campfire last night on the bluffs, but I think it will be my last. Something feels wrong about making this place into a beacon. Could have a fire down near woods or caves, but would be sacrificing view, replacing it with darkness on all sides. When did I become afraid of the dark?
I wanted to go off the path and actually explore a little bit, but what happens is you go into invisible walls. It is kind of unforgivable to have no options menu in a game, though. I mean, especially sound options. I mean, nothing. That's, for a PC game, that's just unforgivable. Especially seeing as the Unreal Engine has built-in menus you can put in at a click of a button.
I'm afraid they might be on the island. Can't imagine how. Having to lock all doors. Soil around generator had a second drag mark, but nothing else. We'll have to write faster. Kara, noun. A girl that is convinced she can fly with the help of cardboard wings. Observation. Seasons are getting exponentially longer. Winter is far behind schedule.
I like the heat effects on the fire there. Yeah, I mean Unreal itself has you can actually use Unreal, and there are built-in options in like built-in default menus that developers can use. But if they don't even use that, and they just choose to have no options, I don't know. That's a really weird decision in my eyes. Wait, hang on, do I want to go this way? It looks like it's blocked at the end, right? Looks like coal.
The 16th of September, 2008.
Wait.
I've been falling down
Hang
on
on.
the job, letting the condition of the grounds
Hang on.
deteriorate. Didn't even realize it. Started cleaning up again. Felt good. Also took a trip down to the caves. Shouted a bunch for the sake of hearing my own echo. It was fun.
Let's check what was around here. Ah, okay. That was like a fireplace you could see like in a building in like Conan Exiles. That sort of stone, sort of stone fire. But yeah, I'm grateful. I've been watching the highlights basically. So every night I've been watching like the highlights, like the match of the days, like daily like highlights for the game. Like probably about 30 minutes a day, covering the games. And two matches I watched was Germany, Mexico, and England, Tunisia. And I've not been playing too much this week. I've been trying to get other games finished, but I'm still playing. The server's still up. I don't know how many people actually still regularly aren't playing on it though. I know I've been still doing my building project in my own time a little bit. I should actually check the logs and see how many people are still doing. I know Wybug's still grinding away building his massive mansion on their server. I started playing it again like a couple of months ago when it left early access. We put a private server up which we've been playing on. It's about 10 or 15 of us been playing on this server. But you know, as comes with any of those games, you play it for like a few weeks or a month, then you ease off waiting for like updates and stuff.
17th of September 2008. Saw something in the caves. Something. Wasn't threatened or scared. Why is that? Guess I'm getting bold. Or reckless. I am well aware that too much solitude can breed hallucinations. I have full confidence that I will not be going crazy anytime soon. I'm smarter than that. Still no sign of them. Why am I being left alone? Perhaps they're simply here on holiday. Beginning to question if they're here at all. Now, what was I saying about not going crazy? After seeing more movement in the cave, went down to the beach and made a little sand castle, far enough out that the tide will come and take it soon. I think I'll keep making them like that, washed away each day, a clean canvas for a new design. I like to think the people in those castles are sailing away instead of drowning.
Oh, what is this? Dr. J will be playing Conan if you owned it, yeah. What are you doing down there then? It's hard, I mean, he's obviously, this guy's, as you're walking along here, you're reading this journal, right, of this guy that was here, and he's getting read back to you, but he's, it doesn't seem to be, the journal obviously isn't reflecting what you're doing at the moment, it's just telling you what is, his story, I guess. And good evening, Elswin. Good evening. get to see more of these little carts and get in one and have a ride. Probably not, right? We're probably not going to get a ride. That rock over there looks like a face. Sticking up out of water. Hello, rock. Happy Friday.
The 19th of September, 2008. Observation. I don't take enough deep breaths anymore. It's remarkable how helpful they are to one's mood. Also haven't been closing my eyes other than to go to sleep. Another simple and lovely addition to my morning, noon, and night routines. Sandcastles are getting more intricate, using sticks and cloth for flags, pebbles for people. Slightly regretful that they're swept away each day, but it's become an essential part of my process. Essential to all things, it seems. There I go again. Quit being such a drag. We'll not write a single sad thing tomorrow.
Right, see if he keeps to it. Yeah, we did. We did some 3.2 yesterday. It was it's neat. There's not a lot of new stuff added. It's mainly like a quality of life patch. Other than the mining was added, other than that, it's like mainly quality of life fixes, and there's some really, really good stuff. I mean, like the quantum changes alone are really, really good. Really neat. The mining is okay. The mining is something I can see myself doing to make some money in the verse. If it's for the very first version of the mining we've got in game, it is very, very it's very polished.
The 21st of September 2008. Ha! Just read last line of last entry. I skipped a day entirely, so technically didn't write anything sad. And can go right back to behaving glumly. Still, I will honor the spirit of my promise. I don't feel very sad anyway. It's a warmer day. The birds are getting more comfortable with me. They hop a little closer with each day. Does that mean I'm becoming a part of this island? Kara, adjective, of or pertaining to pure joy.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a new group system. I didn't really get to play that much. I mean, I did do stuff some stuff in a group yesterday with Shantaki, but we didn't do too much. I've not tried the quantum linking in the group, which I think might be kind of cool looking. But like even the basic group stuff. I mean, you can when you're in the game, you can see like an icon on your HUD like telling you where your group members are, which is pretty cool. You know, that alone is going to make things a lot easier.
22nd of September, 2008. Can't sleep, so I have turned to the pen. There's no need for an early morning, so why not enjoy a late night? Be right back. Morning now. Turns out that late nights are not to be enjoyed. Sounds outside could not possibly be born of birds or wind. Haven't noticed this because I'm typically asleep after midnight, but lights and power go absolutely haywire until dawn. How can mere electricity seem so angry? The fear I shook has come back tenfold. I want to go back to sleeping through these dark hours, but can I? Kara, adjective, brave beyond one's years, stalwart. Considered moving generator into next room over, but fortunately thought wiser. Motor's noise would mask any approaching threats. Generator also seems to attract them. Maybe I should just move it further away. Could also quit bothering entirely and shut the thing down. No. Preference to darkness is a step towards insanity. The lights will stay on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. You can, as you're saying, Griff, you can actually walk up to someone, hold the inner thought system, and you get an option to like invite them to a group. But the one downside to that, there's no name tag still. So you've got to know who the person is standing in front of you before you invite them to a group or stuff, because the game doesn't tell you who they are still. Now, I think they've said name tags are going to come, or ways to give names of people are going to come eventually, but at the moment, there's no name tag. So what I would hope to do is when you hold the button over them, hold the inner thought over them, get the menu up, to have the name on the menu somewhere. Because you hold the menu, you got like 2 or 3 options on this menu, and right at the top of it, it should give the player name, right? Because so you know who it is. But yeah, you got to know who someone is, and then which to do that you need to use like voice comms or in-game chat, you know, or emotes. But in the menu, maybe at the top of the menu have a player name, and then it gives you options to do to that player, like invite the player to a group and stuff, right? Once you know who it is, it's nice. It'll be nice, right? Go that way, can we? You can't climb over those rocks, okay. I'm not really sure what this
23rd of
heading,
September
story.
2008.
Aliens,
Went to the
maybe?
cave again. Not sure why.
I'm thinking
Saw
aliens.
something again. I never believed in ghosts. Still don't. Some stray neuron deep in my mind must be eager to bring Kara back to the real world, forcing glimpses of her in places that are otherwise empty. Will do my best to enjoy these moments without talking to them. Tricks of the mind, played by the eyes. Went for a swim. It was cold as hell. Something new. While I was out there, could have sworn that I heard a passenger airliner overhead. Hard to believe the things are still flying. Wished I wasn't so close to the surf. It was too noisy. Now I'll never be sure what I heard. Food stores getting low. I'm having fantasies of building a raft and sailing away, but where would I go? As of yet, I have been left in relative peace. I doubt very much I could find the same anywhere else. This gives rise to a question. Is there someone else on some other island, writing a journal of her own?
It's like, what is... I mean, kind of... This journal is kind of talking as if he's the last person around, and... I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. He's talking about someone potentially coming to the island and like... He's, you know, thinks he's seeing things and stuff, but... Ghosts?
24th of September, 2008. Thought of Jan again.
We swim.
Even in memory, he's simply a joy to be around. He told me that he worked on a Wahlberg film with a crew so large that he was able to hide from work for the entire job. He said the only person on the job that knew his name was the accountant that cut his checks. How did such a big man hide from work so well? I never thought I would see Jan grimace, growl, or throw a punch. Seeing him do those things more as we fled the city was unnerving. I'm glad he was there. Come to think of it, I wouldn't have made it without him. I should write about him in this book. Tear out the page and bury it somewhere. I should do that.
Right, so he's talking about their escaping the city. Escaping the city from what? What attacked this city? And what city was it? And who is following him playing a piano?
25th of September, 2008. More light on the horizon. An uncommon teal quality to it. Not a good sign. I'm glancing now between this page and the glow, hoping for a flicker, any sign of weakness. Their impenetrable perfection remains damning to us all. To see it falter would likely make no difference to me, other than a sort of emotional victory. 2 hours have passed. The light has not wavered. What are they doing out there? I think loneliness is made far worse when one has been in good company. If this belief is true, then I am cursed for the rest of my days. This beckons that horribly frustrating cliche. A good problem to have.
It's gotta be aliens. Alien invasion or something, and driven out of a city that was being taken over, and he's gone to this remote island to try to find some sort of peace and quiet. Maybe. Oh, it's a castle. We're basically slowly walking towards the top of this hill.
26th of September 2008. I should have taken stock rather than prattling about lost loves. It would have taken a single day of writing to catalog the contents of the food stores, but it simply didn't seem important. Now I can neither confirm or deny my theory, but I'm almost certain that the supply has been replenished. The explanation is either my own madness, or I'm being kept alive, troubling on all sides, as per usual.
Let me skip that line. Yes, that's right. There's no normalization in the game. The game doesn't even have options, so I can't do nothing about the sound levels. That's the way the developers have released it. There's not even an option menu, as I said. There's nothing you can do. So, bad normalization is what this is. You can hear him, but you're struggling over the music. It's very, very quiet.
The 27th of September 2008. Music. What an idiot I've been. I suppose I have the excuse of being far enough from technology to forget, but I've been humming tunes to myself for months without once considering actually playing something. It's so terribly telling that the very idea of a non-essential pleasure has slipped my mind all this time. A lapse of thought on the level of brain damage, though I suffered no such blow. I've been finding appreciation for songs and bands that I never gave a second chance before things took a turn. This is partly because the supply of discs is so limited. Pink Floyd. Can you believe that? Sometimes I watch the lights on the horizon and listen to Pink Floyd. If you knew me, you would appreciate how absurd that is. Who am I writing? Just realized I haven't had a dream since I arrived here. Am I sleeping too deep to experience them? Or are they too traumatic to remember? There's no one here to tell me if I scream all through the night.
Yes. It is definitely a walking sim. I mean, walking is all you're doing. You can't run or do nothing. I don't even think there's a use button. All we're doing is walking around and looking at stuff. And as you're progressing through this, like the levels, it's automatically triggering like voice channels. So it's a walking sim in like a very different definition of the word, as in you can only walk and that is all you're doing. Following a path, listening to a story. I think we're working towards this castle which was on the top of the thing. I like them, man. I do like a good walking sim, but then again, you gotta. A lot of walking sims, if it depends on the story. If there's a good narrative behind it or a good story, then I really enjoy it. But you also gotta have something with it, you know. I would definitely prefer to have something along with it. Maybe like light puzzle elements or just something rather than just walking on its own. It can get a bit dull, you know. It can get a bit boring if the story doesn't keep you grabbed, right? Or the scenery and stuff. I mean, it looks pretty good, but it's nothing exceptional.
28th of September 2008. Can't sleep. Light on horizon, getting brighter. Now accompanied by that ironically peaceful droning sound, like a Mongolian throat singing, wrapped in flowers. At least they have a sense of humor.
I mean, there have been some really, really good ones, you know, some really good ones. Some really good ones. I mean, there's some popular ones that a lot of people would know of. I mean, obviously, Gone Home was the one that started it all, but like, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a good example. I mean, that is a walking sim. I mean, that is like a typical walking sim, but it does have like some investigation mechanics and some like puzzle mechanics, which really kind of brings it out. What was the other one that I played a couple of years ago? Was like What Remains of Edith Finch. I think of all walking sim I've played, I would say that is probably very near the top. You know, very bizarre story, very, very, you know, very, very different segments to the game. Obviously Firewatch as well is technically a walking sim with some puzzle elements.
The 29th of September, 2008. Birds.
So a lot of those like more popular, bigger titles, like the Firewatches, like Ethan Carter, like Edith Finch, you probably see quite a few people playing those over the time since it released, but the smaller ones like this, probably
2008. I've taken to stacking stones in my free time. What time isn't free? The antithesis to my hole digging. If nothing else, I'm a master of avoiding idle hands. These little activities keep me pleasantly busy. Not sure why I continue to destroy my work at each day's end, just like the sandcastles. Update. I must be tapping into the truth. Nothing is permanent.
I mean, there's been a couple that are a couple of smaller indie ones that I've really enjoyed that I've never ever seen anyone play. But you know, this a game like this, you probably won't see anyone. You won't see people regularly playing this. I mean, obviously, the game's not even in Twitch's directory.
1st of October,
that'll put most people off.
I could swear they're getting closer to the castle walls each night. Or am I simply staying up later? What have they been doing? Are their hands idle as well?
Gotta be aliens.
Maybe one day I'll step outside to see remnants of their own holes, or sandcastles, or stone piles. Maybe they wish to make amends for what they've done, for what they've taken away from me. Kara, verb, to be forced into a fleeting existence.
As the castle, yeah, I think Ethan Carter is one. Is one I keep wanting to play it again at some point, because they brought out like a VR version, and I kind of want to. I keep wanting to play through it again in VR just to see how the experience differs.
2008. If there truly is something waiting for us on the other side, I highly doubt anyone has touched it and returned to describe it. No golden gates, brilliant winged beings, or clouds that taste like ice cream. It probably couldn't be described. Not like stepping into the neighbor's house, but dispersing into all homes and appreciating the love they contain instead of the new furniture and renovated kitchen.
It's Christians. I mean, was that one we played like last year? I think Infra. That was another one. Infra is a walking simulator with heavy puzzle elements. That one is not light puzzle elements. That one is a heavy puzzle element. And that one was really good. And I think that was about 25 hours. I think it took us to play through that, and that was good. That was a game that, if you look at the Steam description, it really sounded dull. But playing it, it was really neat. I mean, it was a game about you had a job of a structural analyst. I mean, it's the most exciting job in the world, right? Nuts. And that was kind of cool. And that was like another small indie walking sim. Right, so the guy that has giving us these journals when reading the pages, he was talking about being holed up inside the castle on this island, and something or someone was trying to get to him. So he holed himself up inside the walls. So if we go in here, are we going to find out what the hell happened to him? I mean, the doors are still closed. If anyone did come in here, then they closed the door behind them, right? They must have closed the door behind themselves.
4th of October, 2008. Who are you? Do we have anything in common? Do you have anything to add? Did I give you this book in person? Is it in a museum? Found in a grave? Do you exist, dear reader?
I do.
I hope you do.
I do.
This is as much for me as it is for you. What would you do if you were in my place? Become nocturnal and go out to meet them? My day was so-so. Ready for bed now. What about you?
These doors seem really small, or is it me? It's hard to gauge how tall you are when you don't have like a character in a first-person game. I think it is a short story. I'm gauging it based on like Steam reviews. Probably not much longer than like an hour and a half or so. So hour and a half is what I'm estimating from Steam reviews. There's not many Steam reviews there, but it seems like it's going to be pretty
5th
short.
of October, 2008. The gray hair. No one to share it with. My earliest memory, believe it or not, was gliding down a corridor in my mother's arms. I like to think that was the day we were leaving the hospital via wheelchair. Everyone thinks the memory is fabricated. For a baby to see, understand, and remember anything from the day they were born is nigh impossible.
That's so we're going through that door there, right? There's a secret passage that looked like it was open. So around here is probably going to be blocked. It's not blocked. Right. But the door's closed at the end though, right? There's a door at the end that's closed. Let's go through here. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say. We've probably been here about 45 minutes. I don't know how long I don't know how long the game is. I'm just expecting it not to be too long. Oh, kitty cat. Well, this doesn't quite match up, right? This picture is kind of interesting, but his paws are a different color to his head, right? So normally a cat's paws will be the same sort of texture. You know, if he's got like browny, light beige, light brown paws, and he's got like grey and black head. Seems like it's a very interesting picture though. I like that. It's not white paw though, is it? It's not white paws. They're kind of brown. I suppose it's not impossible, but normally I've not seen many cats that have got like brown and grey as different colours. You know, like I've definitely seen cats that have had like different colour, different colour fur, but you know, grey and brown is kind of a bit it's a bit less common, I think. I mean, it could be. I mean, it's possible. If it is, I mean, if he actually if someone dressed their cat up in a suit to take a picture and took a picture, then you know, more likely someone's took a picture, you know, drawn a picture and photoshopped the cat's head on top of it, to put him in the game. It looks happy. This kitty cat. Look at him. It looks very dapper. A very, very dapper little cat.
The 6th of October, 2008. Chased Kara through the caves today. I know. It's bad to engage a hallucination. I promise I won't go in too deep. Perhaps I should bring a canary with me next time, just to be safe. The water all around the island was boiling, steaming. It was so incredibly hot that I couldn't even get near it. It was fascinating to see what the bubbles did to the breaking waves. Though the steam was thick and the water loud, I could see that the teal light was all around. A pleasant droning sound was within me. Evidence of my first dream? Like my first memory. The lines are blurred. Kara, noun. A child that loves ponies and planes with equal passion.
How are these? Oh, okay. I'm glad there's an opening. Right. The cat kickstarted $10 and got his picking again. But I hope. Who knows? Oh. Wait, is that a statue of some dude taking a tinkle? It looks like it might be. Is he tinkling? That one on the right is like some kid. He's got his hand behind his head. if that was like it's like a water feature, you can see him put his hand behind his head, and the water would be squirting out. It would be tinkling away. You know. Hopefully we circle around and go up there so we can get a better look at them, at those statues. But it doesn't look like it though. Why do you go through the door when we get close to it if it's... Or maybe it's the door on the other side. Must be this door over this way. I mean, there's no like interact button. All you've got is like up, down, left, right. You know, walking and that's it. There's no use button or anything, or not that I know of. All of the other areas we've been to is when you walk near a door, it automatically starts loading the next section. The fact it doesn't here, right? Because we got a back to it, there's got to be something we missed. Then. Hello, Shintogu. I better get up there somehow, I guess. Let me in! Let me in! Maybe the big door. Maybe walk towards the big door on the right, and it'll go through it. Maybe. It doesn't look like it though. It's all boarded up, right? Oh shit. Okay. So where the fuck are we going? Well, maybe that's the end. Maybe we got to the end, and that's how it ends. You're just stuck in a castle and you can't go anywhere. You go to this one to the right. I don't think you can go in there either because it's all boarded up, right? Welp. I hear fire in there. Hey! Open that door. Alright, so maybe you can go through the doors. I mean, all I did to the door is I walked up to it. Rather than pushing a button, I tried to walk into it, walked into the door, and it automatically started opening. So that is probably what I was doing wrong. Because I was trying to stand next to it and use it. And that one doesn't work. So some of the doors are open, some of them don't, but there's no real indication of which ones you can open and which ones you can't. It's made we gotta go back and try every door. Damn it. Whoa. Okay. So it's either going to be the door through here or the door down the end, right? This is where you wish you had a sprint button, you know, but we don't. There's no sprint button. There's a walk slowly button. So maybe this door down the end. Yeah, I think the thing I was doing is you got your cursor in the middle of the screen. You got to point that exactly on the lock before you could open it. Alright, okay, that's the one. This round here we got the statues up above, right? So if this door around here must open then. If it's where I think it is. No, it's not where I think it is. Like a maze. But this one down here's got to open though, right? It's got to. Get back! And in your absence, we figured out how to open a door. It's like the marvels of modern gaming. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Just in time. Just in time to see this little cherub and his little pecker. Uh-huh. You're looking very relaxed there, man. Just very relaxed. A skull head. Looks like a big skull on his head. No, you gotta. Oh, look at that. You gotta put the cursor exactly on the door and push E, the use button. If I was trying to push the use button by looking at the door itself, but it didn't seem to work unless I looked. When I looked at the lock, it seemed to work. I look at the lock and. Right. Science! What's going on here? We've done this long walk right to the end, and this is at the end. There's one room with no exit. There's nothing we can use in here. Obviously, this guy looks like he's a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a wizard or a bit of a is a witch live here or something, or a warlock. He's obviously making some sort of potions for something, but what? Nothing in there.
7th of October, 2008. I can't explain it. I just can't. The food stores have doubled, and increased so large that the boxes and cans have spilled out of the closet in an avalanche of nourishment. I'm almost afraid to eat the stuff, but I can't tell it apart from what was mine and what is theirs. Forget how it got here. Where did they get name-brand foods in the first place? Spent all afternoon taking half of the food and piling it outside. A polite refusal of their services, whatever they may be. I am being toyed with. For the sake of toying back, I drew a happy face on one of the cans.
There's one more door that we can try to open, which is the one just that was down below those statues. Just gotta circle back around to it. And that one should
The 8th of October, 2008. It's like I'm playing a game of poker, where the stakes are constantly getting raised beyond my means. Though only a night has passed, the food has aged and spoiled beyond a month. The bread is stiff and moldy, potatoes grown sprouts, apples bruised and rotten. What have you been up to? Are you reading this in one sitting or savoring it? I hope you'll take your time, assuming you have the time to spare. Have to go to sleep now. Maybe you could too, as a mutual good night across time.
Sure, we'll go to sleep. Right now.
The 9th of October, 2008. They're at it again with the generator. Only this time it's not turning back on. Would normally wait until morning to fix. Getting brazen in my old age. Going now. Limited on flashlight batteries and can't afford to be wasting them. Perhaps I should put in a request for more from my mysterious benefactors.
Alright. What? It makes an opening sound, it's just not opening. Damn it! Let's just hope that that isn't the door we gotta go through, because if it is, if this one down here, around the corner here doesn't open, we're booped. This one might open, I hope so. If not, then that's a bug that's stopping us from going through it. Ah, thank God.
10th of October, 2008.
Thank God.
I can't tell how long I was down there, believe the moon phase has shifted a week. Once again, it's difficult to be sure, thanks to my lack of attention to detail, dwindling faith in my own ability to observe my surroundings. I'm going to clear my head with some time in the caves. Maybe a book here. Taking a break from everything.
Couple of furnaces, probably what's heating up the castle. Big piles of wood. They're very tall ceilings compared to the size of the doors, right? I mean, the doors are tiny. The ceiling is like about 4 doors high, or 3.5 doors high.
The 11th of October, 2008. Had a great vacation. Saw the sights. Anything exciting happen in my absence? Oh well. Back to the old grind. Piled stones, kicked them over, made castle, washed it away. Dug hole, filled it in. I've been hearing wind blow through the castle at night, but can't find a single open window or door. Rather than let it drive me mad, I think I'll just treat it like music. If I tap my shoes to give it a beat, the howling and whistling would sound delightful. I was treated to a delightful show last night. I don't claim to understand the physics of it all, but somehow the Aurora Borealis made it this far south. Just a brief and gentle tickle in the sky, but enough to start me sobbing. Guess I'm turning soft. It was nice, and I'm glad that its return is completely unpredictable. Gives something to hope for each day.
Oh, it doesn't open. Now this one down the end is going to open. I mean, you got a pretty linear path through this, through this story. I still don't see. I don't quite see where it's going. I mean, I'm guessing eventually someone's gonna, whatever's he's like scouting or whatever he thinks is out there is gonna get him, and we're gonna find maybe his body with his last letter or something. The last letter might have a bit by a corpse or something. What a pointless room. Hello, Ginger. What a shitty bed. I guess it's gonna be where he's skipping. Or is that where Kara's skipping? I don't know Kara's. I think Kara might be like his daughter, I think. I'm not sure. Is that like a stack of cars or is that tin cans? All up in a pile. And tools. A broom. Oh, I bet it was Kara's broom. And that door's blocked off by wood. Is this blocked off around here? Yep. No, there's a door there. Let's see what's in that door. There's a generator in there. Let's see what's in this door first. These lights are a bit shit, aren't they? I mean, they're just... is it really worth it? Supply cars, got bottles of water and some tin food. He did say the food supply was getting low, and all of a sudden it went back up. So if the food supply went back up and that's the food supply, and he did say that after a day it seemed like it's been spoiled by a month, how can you tell if it's tinned food and the tins are closed? And surely he didn't open every single one, right? Ah, okay, we come around the other side of that. It's like a maze. A maze through an old, decrepit castle. Wait, this door's... Good. Well, the keyhole is higher at least.
12th of October, 2008. I want to take a bullet for someone. That's what my young, unsophisticated self would say when asked how he wanted to die. A product of watching cliché action movies. I grew older, and the method remained similar but turned vague. I want to die for a good cause. Older still, realism blended with practicality. I want to die in my sleep. Now, instead of the answer changing, the question does, how do I wish I had died? More Aurora Borealis tonight. Perhaps I'm witnessing the planet's swan song, or at least this hemisphere's swan song. I wonder if things are better on the other side. We'll have to dig a hole there and find out. Where do they sleep at night? Do they sleep at all? I've seen every square inch of the island. No trace of my guests. If they're active at night, where do they go during the day?
Vampires.
This makes me imagine them crawling out of the sea at dusk and returning to the depths at night. After tinkering with my food supply and power source, of course.
Honestly, not 100% sure where the devs are from. I would imagine it's Eastern Europe somewhere. Obviously, you got like Russians sort of riding on the walls, so probably. I can't say for sure, but I'm not sure. Oh, look at that door there. It's bolted. Entrance to what? Hang on. Let's look in here first. That door is either locked and closed, or when you click on it, it's going to load a different section. One of the two. So we'll go this way first. Caution! Right. This door is bolted, got a big like door on that. We're definitely going into a different section of the castle here.
The 13th of October, 2008. Just like that, I've crossed the line. Reached the point where people begin to wonder if they've lived a good life. Done well. If merely surviving was worth a few points, my score would be high. Sadly, legacy is what matters. All I have to show for my existence is this book. How do you appraise its value? Was I worth it? Tyler, adjective. Geographically secluded, in search of peace.
Overhead obstacles. Danger. Where? No. Door there. What is going on? Wizard white light out. White light out the windows. I'm not sure. Maybe it's aliens.
14th of October, 2008.
Maybe it's just
Seeing
display
Aurora
bugs.
every night now. Funny how my last remaining friends are an atmospheric anomaly. Visions of my daughter in a cave and invaders from the sea. Or are they from the sky? Friends are friends, I suppose.
Ah, so yeah, what's his daughter? Oh. That doesn't look good. Ah, it looks like a long way down.
15th of October, 2008. My crummy mood almost got the best of me. I didn't want to tell you, but I've been going on a hunger strike of late. The food supply continues to grow. Can't walk in the basement without playing an involuntary game of kick the can. Feeling more and more like their pet.
Ah, so someone's actually giving him food, or putting food in the storage. He doesn't have any idea who it is, or what they are. I still think aliens. It's gotta be. There is no jump button though. You couldn't. I mean, there was an invisible wall stopping me from falling in anyway, so
The 16th of October, 2008. I just keep hoping to meet you. Imagine my delight knowing the face of the person who will read my legacy. I picture you to be young. Wishful thinking?
Yep, I'm young.
The longer you live, the longer these words do. A selfish thought, maybe, as I have no idea the kind of world.
Very young.
I'm also no longer sure if mine is a terrible one or brilliant. Aurora visible during the day now. Teal lights draw near at night. Kara has stepped out from her place in the cave. Are the trees bending further than normal? Bowing? Droning sound has changed from throat singing to cello. Ocean has been warm and steamy. A few more nights at this rate, and it'll be boiling.
I kind of wish we could look at what he is describing, if you know what I mean. I wish we could see what he is describing, but we can't, sadly. We're just walking around a
17th of October, 2008. It must have been ages since I looked in the mirror. The man in the glass is a stranger. It was a pleasure to meet him and get acquainted. He claimed he wanted to stay much longer, but feared he couldn't. I think we could have been close friends if he wasn't forced to move on. He's a happy man, and I think this is because he is free. I'll strive to be more like him, coming and going from hot seas and glowing skies, never hungry, never alone, chasing thoughts through caves and catching them with ease.
Loot chest! It's a friggin' loot crate. No, it's not. I thought it was at first we was coming up to this castle to meet this guy, but now I'm not so sure if that's what we're doing. I'm not sure if we're coming up here to meet him anymore or not. Alright, oh shit, there's loads of doors. Cells or something? Alright, there's two more doors. I mean, it's quite in good condition, this place, seeing as it's kind of empty and derelict. Just could be a lot worse. I mean, there's a few cobwebs around, but it's relatively clean. Sort of. Not like the castle we were visiting like in the Vampire, which was... yeah, it was in a bit of a state, but... especially the lights, the doors that have got the torches on are the ones which are the exits, I'm noticing. So when you get rooms like this, the one with the torch next to it is the one which has got the path out, or the path to continue. Kind of thing. It's a guide, I guess, right? Maybe. Each of those rooms had one torch in and it was by one door, which was the door that we went out. Is that a weeping angel? Oh. Wait. Is that him? A statue of him. Wait, it just ended like that? Look, cat painting! Trash the sky.